This is the face of someone who did not sleep well last night. Couldn't fall asleep. Like, until... You know what? I'm just gonna mute this cooking show. There it goes. Bup. Yeah, I just couldn't sleep last night, so I didn't fall asleep until like 5:30. And then my rhythm now is to wake up around 11:30. I tried to sleep a little bit later and I just couldn't do it. So, hopefully I'll be able to take a nap this afternoon. Actually, maybe I won't. Or I'll try not to. Because then I'll be tired enough to try to fall asleep at like a more regular hour. We'll see. See how long I last. I woke up to a text message from my dad this morning, which is normal for some people, very rare for me. My dad does not text me. He emails me if he wants to say something. So, clearly this lockdown situation, which has officially started in Minnesota as well, is affecting us all in very strange ways. I have nothing to say at this time. I literally woke up 5 minutes ago. So I don't know what up is up and down is down. That doesn't even make sense. See? I'm a mess. Sure. 36 minutes of a phone conversation with my boss that could very easily have been 5. And at the same time, like, I get it. Like, everyone's stressed, everyone's feeling it. But, oh wait, let me do that thing of putting it on the bookshelf. There we go. Yeah, she was talking about, like, oh, the virus is almost gone in China, and they did it right, and Italy is fucking up. And I was like, stop talking about it. This is not helping anyone. This is literally all we talk about all day, every day, with everyone. And then, well, so finally we ended up having a conversation about the possibility of doing classes via, like, Zoom, probably not Skype, and things like that. And that was, like, an interesting conversation, but it did not have to be 36 minutes. So, anyway, I'm just having lunch now, breakfast or lunch. I made more eggs and toast and apple. And in a minute I'm going to go out for my walk, and I think I might call my dad. It's been a while since I've spoken with him, voice to voice. Yeah. Yeah, I might open the window a little bit. Can't reach the door handle. Usually, when you open the door, window, when you open the window in the middle of the day, there's, like, raucous noise of, like, the people walking by. I hear one voice. Weird. I've been trying to call my dad for, like, 20 minutes. We agreed this morning that I would call him at 2:30, and it is 2:50, and he's not picking up, and I'm feeling so neglected. Like, in reality, I know that he's probably, like, in between things, or he can't hear his phone or something. But still, a daughter likes to be acknowledged. Because I'm an only child. Whatever, I'm gonna go for a walk. Alright. I have been literally pushing this off since, I'm gonna go ahead and say 3 years ago, when I realized that this was something that had to be done and I really didn't want to do. And even after quarantine started, this was at the top of my list of cleaning tasks, and I didn't want to do it. My toilet has got this, like, scummy layer of gunk at the base of it. I have tried so many times, like with the toilet scrubber and all of that, to get it out. It just needs something stronger, and I just didn't want to stick my hand in there and do it. So I've armed myself with, I've got a scrubby sponge. I've also got, like, a pumice stone, because I read that, like, pumice stones are good for the the grating without like ruining the ceramic porcelain. What's the difference between ceramic and porcelain? This is not the time. I've got the rubber gloves. I don't want to do it. Okay, I feel like there's only one song that is appropriate for this instance. Look down, you'll always be a slave. Look down, you're standing in your grave. I have no idea if that clip worked. Oh my god. I think it's working. God bless you, you pumice stone bitch. Sorry, I don't mean to call you a bitch. You're doing the Lord's work. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when scum was scarce and life was breezy. I dreamed my youth would never die, and here I am feeling so sleazy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, for those of you who are familiar with the Les Mis soundtrack, I just finished Master of the House, which is a good number of songs into the first act, and I'm done. Number one, maybe you can tell, my hand, oh, it doesn't look it really, my hand is really red. Obviously my left hand was the more active one because I'm a lefty. It's really red because the water is cold in the toilet, obviously, and when you're scrubbing for a long time, it's just very cold. And the rubber is great for protecting against like immediate contact, but it doesn't protect you from the temperature. So I've been doing this for a little while just to get my feeling back in my fingers. But look, it's clean. If you go to like a certain angle, you can still see like the beginning of the gunk coming back in, partly because it's really hard to get to that way. You can't really get a good leverage with your hand that way, kind of with the bent thing. You don't have a lot of, at least I don't have a lot of finger strength to do that because I don't play piano anymore. And my pumice stone was like almost nothing. It just like wore away gradually with the pressure, which is normal. My neighbor. But I had to abandon when it looked like a semblance of normal. It looks okay, actually. I'm much more proud of that. I really hope I don't have to do that again for, put the seat back down. Really hope I don't have to do that again for a very long time because that was not pleasant. My neighbor's playing music. It's nice. Now that the toilet is finished, I can officially release the follicles. Ooh, that's an 80s look. Madonna, I'm coming for your brand. It's like 7:30, something like that, and I'm having to decide what I want to do for dinner. And I've been pretty good about kind of dinner planning or this, and I've got a very stocked kitchen, like supplies and fruit and veg, and I need to organize this counter space. That's going to be a thing at some point. And more food stuff here. So there's no way I'm going hungry in the next like 2 weeks. Well, a week. No, 2 weeks. I don't eat that much. Look at my camera. Okay, I'm done with scrubbing for the day. My arms are genuinely sore from that toilet. But I now have to decide if I want to eat some of the things that I have some leftovers of, which doesn't terribly excite me, or to concoct something new, which I then have to be conscientious of what I have, what I've used, what I want to use in the future. So, what are my options? I have a cauliflower here that I've been meaning to roast for a while, and then I do like a curry sauce with coconut milk in it and like chopped up chicken. So it's kind of a like chicken curry, but instead of rice I use cauliflower. Because health, quote unquote. Coconut milk is not healthy, but you know what I mean. Or what else? I've got a little bit of bread So I could do something with that. I've got, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Gonna do this quick so I don't get a copyright infringement, but sweet potatoes and onions, added the onions too early, gonna have to steam it a little bit. Feta, corn, black beans, avocado. What's coming up next? Ooh! Surprising development. My evening was, focus, my evening was put on pause because my neighbor suggested that we do a through the windows apéro, because a bunch of us have a shared window in like the hallway. So this, the kitchen, this window here looks out onto like a shared corridor, but it doesn't, like there's no entry to it. There's no like relaxing space. It's literally like maybe 8 foot square, and it's just a space for windows to look out, so you're not living in like a massive block of an apartment with only one light source. And my neighbor suggested, like, hey, we can't like come over to each other's homes, so let's just like have a drink in the common window space and just kind of chat with each other. So that's what we did for like, I don't know, an hour and a half. It was really cool, but it means I'm pushing back dinner a little bit later. So here is what is now happening. It is, I've added the beans and the corn to the thing. I burnt my sweet potato a little bit because I was chatting through the window and didn't realize until it was too late that it was on a little bit too long. But I tasted one, it's fine. And then the only thing that's left is to put this on top, once that's heated through a little bit more, chop up some avocado, and fry an egg. And then I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, this is now just waiting for this. Once again, I don't think I'm going to be able to eat all of this in one night, so this may be my lunch tomorrow as well, the leftovers. Sorry, there's a video playing in the background. But you know, I'll see how the appetite strikes. Oh man, if I were the kind of person who Instagrammed everything they ate, that would be on Instagram. But as it is, there's some burnt bits. And also I'm not that person, so you'll just have to take this as the proof that it existed. Alright, it's like 11:30. I'm not wearing my watch, so I can't validate that. By the way, I'm sorry, there's a vlog going on in the background. But my housekeeping goal of the day is to check that all of my pens still work. And I've decided that the best way to do this is by writing a full sentence. Writing a full sentence is the only test. So, let's see. This one is good. Uh-oh. Not a good start. Let's see. Oh no, it's coming through. Alright, let's see. You're gonna get an insight into my handwriting. Alright, that one is decent. What is happening in this vlog? It's a roller coaster. You can't see it. No point testing a highlighter. Put that one back in there. Oh, this is so sad. This last one was going so strong, and then it just started to die out. Alright, this is, stay up straight, the result of all of the ink tests. Most of the pens passed. I'm happy to report. These 3, however, are no longer in working order. And I actually realize now, I don't know how to get rid of pens. Do you have to put them somewhere particular? I don't think you can recycle them because of the ink. Like the inkwell, and there's even like bits of metal in it, so you can't necessarily put it in the plastic recycling. I'm gonna have to look into this because I don't know how you dispose of pens safely, responsibly, and ethically. I'm not sure. But it is now like almost midnight. I was a little bit later in my estimation than I thought. So, last order of business for today is the chocolates. I've already chosen one. It's called the Liégeois, named, I assume, for a city in Belgium, Liège. Duo de Gianduja, une mousse de chocolat noir au café expresso. Oh dear, I'm about to have some coffee at midnight. It's like a tiny little amount. I don't imagine it'll have an effect. Mmm. Wait, I'm waiting to see if I taste the coffee. Oh, no, wait. I was gonna say I don't taste it, but now I'm getting it in the aftertaste. The mousse is really nice and soft. That is really nice. Sometimes you get like crumbly, kind of flaky mousse. This is really nice. If it didn't have the coffee in it, because I'm not a coffee person at all. The last time I had anything coffee flavored more than like a bite was in maybe senior year of college. So like 8 years ago. I really am not a coffee person. I set myself a challenge before doing my master's to do all of my master's without drinking any coffee. And I did it. And I never looked back. And I was never a coffee person to begin with. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying anything interesting. Good night.